Hi everybody, welcome to Defend Your Picks, the show where we all learn from your drafts at your local game store. I'm Richard, and today we are joined by Patty Robertson at Next Level Games Preston, and we just went through a draft, and we're going to go through his picks and see what he thinks about the format. So, Patty, how did it go?
This is my first time drafting Aether Revolt Limited. I drafted a bit of Kaladesh, but I haven't really paid any attention to Aether Revolt Limited. In fact, when I was watching the Pro Tour, I just couldn't recognize any cards. So I did a lot of reading in this draft, and it's a bit overwhelming, honestly. So I've heard that green is probably the best color, and I've heard that blue is to be avoided. I heard it's pretty synergistic and you have low land counts in general. So in my first pack, I kind of pulled aside things that I thought were like enablers or powerful cards.
Alright, so we've opened the first pack here. You've got a fairly non-amazing rare there that you're not even considering, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely out of the question at the moment. I'm just trying to figure out what this card's Sly Requisition even does.
Well, it's got Improvise. That's one of the main things for this set. Maybe not the best card for it, but...
It's got a powerful effect, but I was trying to figure out exactly from memory how many ways of actually enabling it there are.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of umming and ahhing between a few things here. Like, Well-Fast Engineer is a gold card, and I kind of like to avoid that sort of stuff if I can, but it's quite powerful, and honestly, the pack's pretty low power. Mm-hmm. I consider Cold Work Assembler because I heard it's pretty good, and it's colorless, and it's an assembly worker, which means you can get it with Self-Assembler in pack 3. So here I'm rereading Sly Requisitioner, and then I stumble back over my rare, and I look at it a bit closer, and I'm like, what does this card do? And then I said, it's a 6/6 for 3, and I just take it because, one of the things that I like to do when I have no idea what's going on is take cards that I'll never get a chance to find out if they're good or not.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
So I just put it in my pile. I'm like, if it works out, it works out. 4 crew cost is too high, but we just move on.
All right, so you're fairly open at this stage because, I mean, there's a white activated ability, but it's just a colorless artifact.
Yeah, if my deck works out that I can crew 4 pretty relatively simply, then so be it. I'll play it, and if I get white cards and vehicles, then that's great. Here I just see Monstrous Onslaught, and I'm like, this card has to be busted.
Yeah, it is definitely busted. I have played it once before, and every time it was amazing.
It was great when I cast it today, yeah.
How many creatures did you manage to kill with it today?
2 was the max I managed to kill with it, but it just cleared out 4 toughness creatures, and that was awesome.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Not much else to pick from there. What have we got in this pack?
I was looking at the black-white card in my mind a little bit here, but I don't really want to commit to the gold card early.
Yep.
Even though it's white, and I kind of took that card with a white activated ability, I'm pretty reluctant to kind of take it after taking that very powerful green uncommon. And I heard that black-green's quite good, so I pull Aether Poison into the front, and I think I take it here.
Yeah, and a 1/1 Death Toucher. With upside, pretty reasonable in most formats.
Yeah, I agree with that, and it fits my criteria of what I actually like to do when I'm early on is to take cheap creatures, so I can take expensive creatures later. I think it's the kind of standard rule that people know now. Here I'm figuring out what Deadeye Harpooner does.
It looks very good, but I think there's too many hoops to jump through.
There are a few hoops to jump through. You got to be able to revolt and have a tap creature at the same time, which is not really that easy because you can't cast it on their... You can't block their creature. So I take Aether Stream Leopard, which I think is just a solid creature.
Yeah, I agree with that. There was the 5 mana white flyer there that gives everything vigilant. Stormfeather Eagle.
Eagle, yep.
So
I've heard that card's quite good, but I'm not really in the market to take a 5-drop when I've already got a green card that I really want to play, and Aether Stream Leopard's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good pick. Oh, showing off the brand there.
Yeah,
thanks for that.
Yeah. I try to do a little bit of gesturing to the playmat as I go. That's not a thankless job.
All right, so we're 4 picks in. Have you got any idea at this stage about what signals are coming to you, or is it all a bit of a blur at the moment?
It's definitely a blur because I'm not really comfortable with judging the power level of relative power level of kind of commons that I'm seeing. I know that I want to be green because I have that monstrous thing, and I got past the leopard, so that's all good. I've heard good things about this Ridgeless Racer or whatever, but I'm reluctant to take it. The big boom, the Revolt Cavalry thing. I definitely take it here, just because A, it's green, and I know I want to be green, and it works well with my fight card. And that's kind of basically my rationale there. I don't really have much more to say.
No, it's great for a 5-drop. The main thing is it's got trample. That's the big thing with it, I think. And from whenever I've played it, compared to, say, the leopard from Kaladesh.
The Riparian Tiger.
Tiger, sorry, not the leopard.
Because the hero actually, this is a reasonably interesting pick in my mind. That card I'm not going to take, that Aeronaut thing. It's actually between the second Aether Poisoner and the Renegade map.
Yeah.
And I can solidify myself in black-green with a second Poisoner. But honestly, I've just taken a Revolt card, and I don't really know if I'm going to be black or not. Like, I don't know how much of a signal Poisoner is. And so I think Map's just like a powerful card. It lets you play less land. It enables Revolt, and so it just keeps me wide open here.
I think I agree with you. I would be taking a Map here.
I definitely do take Map here. This is another thing I'm kind of like enjoying doing when I don't have a clue, and like something I've actually been doing in formats that even when I'm pretty well aware of what's going on is just trying to be monocolor after pack 1 and make my decisions based on what happens in pack 2 and 3. Give me the out to open good cards and take them.
All right, so what have we got here? We've got some removal. We've got a mana elf.
Charter's Revolution is really pretty powerful, I think. You actually cast it against me, and it was really solid.
It is.
Obviously, I was mana screwed that game, and it double mana screwed me.
The thing that with Challenge Illusion I've found is you've got to be careful just because it costs quite a bit.
It's a lot of mana, yeah.
You can easily fall behind. If you're ahead, it's great.
Yeah, it's not something I'd ever want in the draw. I take the mana elf here because I think it's a premium common, and even though I've just taken a map to splash, I'm not like aching to get out. I can take that 4 damage burn spell as a kind of a blip on the radar. If another good red card comes my way, maybe I take the next red card because it's a sign of better things to come.
Yep, but just stick to the plan. The Mana Elf fits perfectly into the plan of having giant
you'll
monsters.
have so many of them. You'll take so many of that card. Here I just take Prey Upon over like Siege Modification and a red Implement.
Yeah.
I don't know how good Siege Modification actually is. I think it's good in like certain decks, but I don't know if I'm that deck.
It's also a very swingy card, right? And you'll remember when it wins again. You remember when it beats you, and you remember winning with it.
Yeah.
But all those times it sits in your hand, or you get 2-for-1s. You know.
Yeah, obviously those things sting. I still think there's like a lot of upside to just taking cards like that and having cards that just win games when your opponent's stumbling.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to play cards like that in limited. Like they've made auras powerful enough that I'm willing to play them now and take the risk of getting 2-for-1 because they just punish so hard if they don't have an answer. But there I just have a pretty safe pick that I can take the Prey Upon as a good removal spell for my color.
Yeah, no, it's a good pick, I think. And then another chance to splash a bit more if you like.
I do wind up taking the Unbridled Growth. I do wind up taking Unbridled Growth here. I was looking at Night Market Lookout or Aeronaut or whatever it's called as like another black card that I can possibly take, but I think at this point, like I'm just enabling myself to be whatever color I want in pack 2 and just taking green cards.
Also, it makes your Lifecraft Cavalry better.
Precisely, yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of upsides that you
any
get
future Revolt cards, yeah. So I just take another Unbridled Growth here over Reservoir Walker. I like Reservoir Walker in like a kind of like theoretical sense. Like it's exactly what I like doing. It's like the slowest, dirtiest, jerkiest card. But I'm happy to take another Unbridled Growth.
Another problem I find with the Walker and energy cards in general is the better payoffs are in Kaladesh.
Yes, that's definitely true.
It's hard to know if you're in that deck before you get to pick them.
I think it's less that I think you take it less for the energy, more for the 3 life.
Yep.
To be perfectly honest. Here I have the decision between the 3 mana 2/2 fly, so the Windrake and the Aeronaut, and because I have so many Revolt enablers now, I have like double Unbridled Growth and the map. I just take the black card to go with my Aether Poisoner that I took early on.
Yeah. You're pretty confident that you can get it going any stage of the game.
Exactly, yeah, with the setup that I have right now. But also I'm not wedded to the idea of being black. But it's another card to flash out my black if I wind up playing black cards.
Yeah. Nine Market Guard, Wrangle, Silkweaver Elite.
None of these cards are very exciting to me. Silkweaver Elite is like bad, but I have enough Revolt enables that I could realistically just take it, and like if I needed to play it, it wouldn't be that bad.
It's got a body, it does something.
Yeah, and I can cantrip it enough.
We're not expecting to get any amazing picks in the last few.
No, I'm not even aiming to play that card.
Yeah, that's for sure. Another Wrangle and a Conviction. Probably not going to play either of these.
I'll ship the Wrangle to whoever wants it.
And a Precise Strike. Yeah. Playable, probably not in your deck.
I mean, if I was red-green and like needed a combat trick, it'd be fine. Now here I just fumble around with the cards because I've got this bandage on my thumb, and like it's just impossible to like manipulate.
To push them around.
It's so hard. I just look like a goof the entire time. Like it'll be a recurring theme.
It's alright.
Yeah,
we'll forgive you.
I know. So right now I'm looking at my pack, and like I have not very many creatures. It's one thing I kind of point. realize. If you discount my black cards, because I'm not wedded to black in the slightest, I only have 3 creatures right now that I want to play. But I have like 3 Revolt Enablers and 2 removal spells. And so like, I'm pretty happy with where I am. I've got Accelerator, I've got some top end, I've got some removal spells, but like, I'd like to flesh it out with some more powerful creatures.
So we're going to open this next pack. What do you want to see?
I want something that defines my draft.
Okay, so you want a direction, is what you're saying. So Shram's Expertise, that's a direction.
I mean, you say that, but I have no idea how good that card is. Like, it's probably pretty powerful on the surface, but if there's something that's like that keeps me flexible again, I think I'm willing to take that in this spot.
There's another mana elf and a playable vehicle.
One thing that I'd like to, that's against taking SRAM's Expertise is I'm forcing myself to be white as my second color because I think that for SRAM's Expertise, but I can just pass SRAM's Expertise, take a green card here, which I wind up doing, and see what the guy next to me wants to pass me.
Yep.
If the person next to me wants to ship me white cards, then so be it. Like, I'll take powerful white cards, then I miss out on SRAM's Expertise. But if he ships me blue cards, if he ships me black cards, if he ships me red cards, I'm live to take those, and I have Druid of the Cowl for my deck, like a second copy of the Mana Accelerator.
Yeah, especially when the green deck tends to have a lot of those five mana green monsters.
It's definitely something I wound up looking at in deck building. Like, I've just got so many 5s that I couldn't play them all, but I could I'll play as many Druid of the Cowls as I can get.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm missing out on SRAM's Expertise if I wind up being white. Sorry, and I see this Aether Geode Miner, and I think that card's probably pretty good.
It is.
And so I'm like, I probably should have taken SRAM's Expertise.
There's plenty of choices here for you, though.
Yeah,
You've got a Bandar at 2.
Yeah, and I just take the 2-drop here.
Yeah.
I think the 2-drops are so powerful, and that Bandar itself is like almost constructive playable.
It's on the surface, it's deceptively good because it can enable Revolt. You can move those counters around. If you've got the counter theme that multiplies counters. When I first read it, I was like, oh, it's reasonable.
It's a bear with small upside,
yeah,
but it's actually a bear with big upside.
When you play it, you realise just how good it is.
It turns like not only itself as an inconsequential 2/2 that you draw later in the game, but it also turns one of your creatures in play into a more consequential creature. So it kind of like gives you 2 cards later on in the game that are like invalidated, which is somewhat powerful. So here I have the option of another Bandar, the Thopter Arrest. So white is actually flowing, and I'm kind of like a little bit like, maybe I should get on board with this, but it's a little bit late now, and I'm just getting good green cards anyway.
Yeah, and considering the amount of Revolt enablers you have,
I take the Green Wheel Liberator
this
here.
Liberator's going to be good.
Yeah, just because I don't know like how good it is. Like how many Revolt enablers do I need for it to be really good, and I think that I'm halfway there at least. Yeah. So I just take it here to experiment. I'd like to take Bandar, but mañana.
Yeah, I'm glad you thought about the Thopter Arrest. There's many people I can tell will be thinking, oh, you should have just taken the Thopter Arrest there.
Yeah, I think it's definitely defensible to take Thopter Arrest there and like get on a sinking ship. And here I see a card that I know is pretty powerful, but I don't have much enabler for right now in Quicksmith Rebel, and I'm a greedy man. I just take it.
Yeah.
I have like a Renegade map right now. I can prioritize taking implements later on to enable it, but I think that card's very, very good.
Yes.
And worth taking here. And seeing it this late as well, like seeing like a second pick good white card or a third pick good white card doesn't really mean a huge amount. But that card at 4th pick is great.
Yeah,
like, that means that's an avenue that's available to me.
There's so many green cards in this pack. This is crazy.
It's the theme of the
draft. And also the red-green, a multicolored card here, which you could easily take.
Yeah, well, now that I've taken a red card, I'm happy to take the Outline Boar here. I mean, Prey-Upon's fine, but you don't really want too many of them. And I can definitely take the 4-drop over the 5-drop.
Well, you were saying before, at this stage, you really want creatures as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm prioritizing creatures. I can't just take all fight spells and have no creatures.
Yeah.
I can't just fight with Druid of the Cowl.
Doesn't work real well.
No, exactly.
Alright. So another white removal spell.
So I could have easily had like a solid white deck available here, but I'm sticking to my guns. The ship has sailed by now.
So you've got a cavalry and an implement.
Yeah, I can't remember if I take implement here or cavalry. I think I just take cavalry, just because I'm not wedded to that Quicksmith Rebel.
Yep.
I know that card's going to be good in my deck if it makes a cut, and I just take it. I don't know if that's the right pick though.
No, I think it's reasonable. You don't have that many reasons to want the implement, except for the Quicksmith Rebels at this stage.
Well, here's where I start thinking deep. This is me going really deep here. So this is like my second Prey-Upon.
Yep.
And a card that I'm almost certain is not particularly playable, but it's an artifact. And I'm thinking deep about it. I'm thinking hard.
I guess if you've got a really late game plan, then you could eventually make that a giant monster, that automaton.
Yeah, it's mostly just having an artifact creature, but I just take Prep on because I'm not a fool. I'll just take a good card.
Beautifully worded. Beautifully worded. Now, Lifecraft Awakening, what do you think about that as a card in general?
It's very difficult to process how good it is. I think it's quite good though.
When would you want to play? What deck would pull you into it?
I would play Lifecraft Awakening in any deck that had like 6 artifacts in it.
Okay.
If I had 6 non-creature artifacts, I would play Lifecraft Awakening. Better if I have vehicles, obviously.
Yeah.
And fine if I have stuff like implements that I want to be convoking with. Convoke? Improvise.
It's improvise.
Thank you. It's alright, I'm showing my age.
Well, there's a vehicle for you if you want it.
Yeah, and here I'm pretty happy to just take that big dorky vehicle. I don't even think it winds up making the cut, but it's an artifact that I want to get some artifacts. It works fine in my deck. Here I'm just happy to take an Aether Stream Leopard.
Infinite choice.
Yeah, I'm flush for choice at this point in time. I'm like solidly green. I can figure out what my second color could be. It probably should have been white, but like the red cards are fine anyway. Here I wheel that Bandar and just slam it.
So you don't think about taking the Renegade at all there?
No, I just think Bandar's so consistently good at what it does.
Okay. You don't think you need a bit more because the Death Touch can be great with all the fight cards that you've got.
That's true. The Death Touch could be good. I didn't really consider it, but like Bandar's just a premium common, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's just conditionally good that 1/2. I don't know. Maybe I'm misevaluating it, and I show my ignorance of the format. I get a implement late there though.
Yeah,
a green implement, which is like a really nice pickup. And here I literally spend longer on this pick than anything else. I'm like deep in the tank here. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, this is a pretty clear signal that there's only, there's no other green drafters, maybe one.
I'm the only person doing this thing right now. I'm fully aware of that. Yeah, I really can't figure out what I'm supposed to be doing here. It's my third Lifecraft Cavalry. I know that there's Riparian Tiger in the next pack, but like I'm not super convinced that Praepon's actually great. So after playing the draft, I think Praepon's excellent if you're like heavy green. Yeah, it's much better than I thought it would be.
So it's just so cheap. You always have giant monsters in green.
There's just been a couple of formats recently where they've had Praepon or Praepon-like effects that it hasn't been that great.
Yes.
And so I kind of like got a little bit of kind of like once bitten, twice shy kind of memory here.
I think the difference with Praepon is just it's so cheap. It's as cheap as it can get. Right?
And here I am taking this 5-mana spell. A card that doesn't end up making my deck, and another green implement to round out that pack. So I get immediately rewarded with a 1-mana spell.
Alright, so we get to review your picks here.
I just bin my black cards.
You're just going to put all the green cards to the front. Is this the plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think I weave my red stuff in. So I've picked up a solid number of 2-drops here. I'm not convinced I'm playing the Lifecraft Awakening at this point, but like my deck's really rounding out nicely. Like I've got a solid like mono green deck basically. That's like if I wind up with enough artifacts to play the Renegade, Quicksmith Renegade, is that what it's called?
It's Quicksmith Rebel.
Quicksmith Rebel. That's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah. So like I've got outs to be green, outs to be red if I want to. If I open a sick like black card, maybe I'll take that. But right now I'm just happy being like green X, where X is like probably red at this point in time. Like I picked up some solid things for my curve. Like I've got a bunch of 3s. I've got a lot of 2s and I've got some 3s and a double leopard, and then a good solid top end. So I'm just looking for cheap creatures in the next pack.
All right. So you've played Kaladesh a few times. You look for cheap creatures, but what giant bomb do you want to get? This is what everyone really wants to hear about.
Green card that I would like to open the most. How does Demon of Dark Schemes sound to you?
That sounds pretty good, except Long Tusk Cub, in my opinion, is a giant bomb in itself.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I think here. And I'm an R about this for a long time. And I just sit there and I think, like, how many swamps can I realistically play in my deck to play Demon of Dark Schemes? And is it that much better than playing Long Tusk Cub? And honestly, the answer is probably yes. I should probably just take Demon of Dark Schemes. Yeah. But I haven't seen very much black coming in pack 1 from my right. It's a large commitment to green, to black, sorry. And honestly, Long Toss Cup is just so good anyway that like it's doing what my deck wants to do. Like it's a 2-drop that runs away with the game rather than a 6-drop that I'm engineering the game to get to.
Yeah.
I've already got big things that I can do great stuff with, so I just give the person next to me a gift and I ship him Demon of Dark Schemes and take Long Toss Cup.
Yeah.
I think if it was any other uncommon, I would probably take Demon there. But Long Toss Cup is literally the best uncommon for my deck.
Yeah, you can just run away with the game. If it is unanswered on turn 2,
Yeah.
you just run away with it.
Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
much they can do. But I wonder who ended up with the Demon of Dark Schemes. Did you have to play against it?
I played against them in the last round, but they did not draw.
Didn't draw it? Okay. Alright, what else do we have? We've got an Appetite, reasonable, a Freighter.
Yeah, I take the Pain Train here.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to take Chandra's Pyrohelix because I passed a couple of Quicksmith, what are they, Aether Touch Marauders or the Death Touch thing.
Yeah.
The thing that I have in my head. But I take the Pain Train here because it's real good and I bump the counter. It's an artifact for Quicksmith Rebel. It's powerful in my deck. I've got a lot of ways to turn it on. Rather than the...
Whoa.
Is that
Arborback Stomper?
Yeah, I mean, it's the 4th 6-drop.
Yeah, but...
Or 5-drop, sorry. But it's so good.
It is an amazing card.
Yeah, I mean, I just quickly put it in my deck, I think. I'm not thrilled. Like, it's not that much of an upgrade over playing the 3rd Lifecraft Cavalry or whatnot, but it's just such a powerful card, and there's nothing else in that pack for me. Here I have an interesting pick, I think.
You got a Rip Tiger.
Yeah, a Wild Wanderer, and there's another card, I think. No, there isn't.
There's a Combat Trick.
There's a Combat Trick, but I take World-Fast Monitor here. And that's because I want my Quicksmith Rebel to be good.
Yeah.
And I want 3 drops to potentially turn on my 4 mana 6/6 vehicle as well. That was my kind of thinking there. Also, I just kind of like World-Fast Monitor. I think it's kind of good.
I think it's a good card too.
Here, I don't really have any option at all. I have Cathartic Reunion or Air, I think. No, it's the Shades of Shayla's Claim.
The 2-drop energy maker.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of energy like sinks at the moment, so I just take Sage of Shayla.
You also have way too many cards at this point.
Yeah,
so
I'm definitely
not
flush for
gonna make the
playables,
cut.
and it's definitely not going to make the cut. I could take something else off someone, but it's F&M. I'm not going to ruin some guy's day. Like, I'm thinking about taking Aether Meltdown here, but I wind up taking this Sage. It doesn't make the cut, but it theoretically could. Right. I was definitely like choked on energy a few times in this draft, in games we played.
More good 2-drops?
Yep, solid 2 to add to the pile. I'll take Brawler.
So are you seriously thinking about the part? No, I don't think.
No, I was never going to take it, but like maybe I'm going to wheel it.
Okay. But just the way you brought it to the front gave me a little inkling that you were thinking about it.
I'm bringing things that I'm considering to the front and things that might be worth discussing.
But yeah, Voltaic Brawler, it's if you can play it on curve, it's another one of those things that can just run away with the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's why like the Sage of Shayla's Claim might actually be a little bit better than it looks, because it lets me keep the train rolling if I don't have if I have more energy hungry enablers.
So yeah, enable the Cub and the Brawler.
Yeah.
And a Tune?
Yeah, so here I make a speculative pick. I'm thinking about my my Renegade map and the 2 urban and development things, whatever it's called. The 1 mana enchantment.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. Forgive me, please.
Unbridled Growth?
Unbridled Growth, sure, that'll do. So I take Well Virtuoso here over Speedway Fanatic. It's probably a bad pick, but honestly, Fanatic wouldn't make my deck anyway.
Yeah.
I don't have enough vehicles to genuinely think it's worth it, and a red 2-drop isn't really what I'm after if it's like not that high a power level.
Oh, a Rhino?
Yeah, pretty happy to take Thriving Rhino here. I don't have very many 3s, and it adds a bit of energy. I never wound up putting a counter on it, but I was just too busy pumping my leopards every time. It's a premium way to spend energy, but you don't have a huge surplus of energy anymore. It's probably a little bit worse than it was in triple Kaladesh, the Rhino.
Yeah, well, just the energy is just lower in every single deck now.
Yeah, that's right.
A takedown for the sideboard, a Hype Spire Artisan, or a Hunt the Weak.
Yeah, here I think I actually make a mistake. I take Hunt the Weak, but I really should have taken High Spire. Takedown, sorry. I take Hunt the Weak because I think it's an upgrade over Prey Upon, but it's definitely not an upgrade over Prey Upon after playing games of this format. I'd much rather just play 3 Prey Upons than I would play.
It's the cost, right?
Exactly.
That's what kills it off.
It costs 4 times as much mana. I thought it would help me get my 2/3s past their 2/3s. And here I'm debating between taking the artifact removal spell or taking the Pyrohelix, but I think about the number of 1/1 death touches I pass in pack 1, and I just take the Pyrohelix.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want that effect, and I want to be able to clear out servos if I need to. In hindsight, maybe I don't need to that badly, but servos less so because I have so many tramplers.
From the games that you played, would you have rather had that artifact removal?
No.
Okay.
No, it was fine. They take High Spire Artisan to kind of like block flies if I need to.
Yeah.
But the draft is basically done, and I'm pretty happy with my deck. I think my deck is excellent. Like I'm definitely gonna go. Like I definitely would expect to go 2-1 and possibly 3-0. I take Wild Wanderer here just in case I need to get greedy in a matchup and splash like the
Well of Virtuoso.
The Well of Virtuoso, yeah, exactly. And here I can just take Cathartic Reunion in case I need to have high quality draws.
And a Seed Sculptor last.
Yeah, which I actually bought it in.
Yeah. All right, so you've finished now. What was your deck actually like? What was the build like?
So I wound up like umming and ahhing about whether or not I was going to play mono green or green red. Mm-hmm. Honestly, the red, like, I kind of bend over backwards a little bit to make Quicksmith Rebel playable. Like I play World-Class Monitor when it's probably not as good as like me playing another 5, or like I've got like other like worse 3s off to the side. I think. I mean, I don't really love the implements that much. You know, I could easily not play them and it would be fine. But I want to find out if Quicksmith Rebel's as good as I think it is. So I work hard to make it playable in my deck. I wound up being a little bit short on Revolt enablers, but I only have 3 Revolt creatures in my deck. I have the Greenwald
Liberator.
Greenwald Liberator, yeah. You can tell my familiarity with the format. 2 Lifecraft Cavalry. And I'm pretty comfortable with just like 3 enablers for that, plus combat to trade off. And 2 Wily Bandars, or whatever it's called. Scavenging Bandar. The good Bandar.
Yeah.
The good cat.
I hope you're not playing Wily Bandars.
No. I'm not that deep. Yeah, so I think I've got enough Revolt enablers for those small things. So I wound up leaving the Unbridled Growth, I got it right this time, in the sideboard, which you can see here. So basically I've kind of divided these up into 3 different things. There's another artifact in the Iron Tread Crusher, if I think that I needed that sort of effect, which I can board in, but I'm definitely not going to start. There's the Mana Fixing package, which lets me splash Well of Virtuoso, so the Wild Wanderer, the Unbridled Growths. So that would go in exchange for a lot of the red cards, I think. And then there's also just like the Mono Green package, which cuts all my red cards and just plays the extra 2-drop, the extra 5-drop, the Prey Upon, which I regret not starting in my deck over the Hunter week, and the Lifecraft Awakening to potentially go with the Iron Tread Crusher.
And during the games, did you ever go into that deck?
I didn't change to the multicolored deck or the mono green deck, but I brought in the Prey Upon every game.
Okay.
And I brought in the Kujoski Seed Sculptor against you in round 1 as well, because for a 5-drop, because I didn't think the game was ever going to get to a point where I needed multiple Lifecraft Cavalries.
That was against a red-white aggro deck, if anyone was wondering. All right, so overall, if you had to rate your deck, what would you give it?
Given no context for this format,
I
would probably have. I thought I probably had close to the best deck at the table. I was the only green drafter. Green was wide open. I don't have like the rare kind of power level, but I think my deck is like, if you just had to take if you took every rare out of everybody's deck, my deck would be the best by far.
Yep.
Which I don't know if that means anything, but like. I think I got in the right lane, particularly for green. I could have been green-white, but like probably I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10 or something like that. I'd be very happy if I drafted the deck of the Pro Tour or the Grand Prix.
All right, excellent. All right, well, thanks a lot, Paddy, for going through all your picks today.
That's my pleasure.
I'm glad you came along and helped us out.
Yeah, no worries.
If you would like to be part of Defend Your Picks, just get in touch with us. You can, on the website, you can go to draftaholicsnonymous.com and go to the feedback page, send us an email. You can get in touch with us DraftaholicsMTG, at DraftaholicsMTG on Twitter, or go find us on Facebook. You can just search for us, you'll find us, it'll be fine.
And they found this video.
Yeah, if you find this video, you can find us. All right, thanks guys, and we'll see you next time.